Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are. We're going to do a little something on our full moon lunar eclipse. It actually starts tonight in Central Time, but not until 12:50 Eastern Time. So it'll start 11:50 tonight in Central, the Midwest. So we're going to cover a little bit about that first because a lot of people like to know a little bit of the lore, what it's about, and what this particular full moon will be for. Meantime, if you can zero in, you can also check out the little ritual that we are going to do for the manifestation for this evening. And it gives you some time to check out some either geranium or rose oil. If you have any of that while we're giving you some lore, go and find that. Right now, I'm going to be burning some yellow rose uh, incense because it's really good to set your space. You could always do like some clearing spray or some smudging or whatever. This way, you know that your manifestations are being heard at the optimal best and you don't have any interference from any negativity that's getting involved in that. So, we're going to cover this from beginning to end here. So, I'm just going to start by the call upon that's going to be the moon is in Libra, so this is going to be really interesting. That it's a full moon lunar eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse. And April 8th, we're going to have a solar eclipse. So I think we got a little information about that too. I'll be reading that to you. I call on the Pond Libra moon to come here and bless this table, bless these manifestations and this ritual, that you will be with us through this and that you will help to make our wonderful, beautiful lives and manifestations come to life in the most beautiful way. I had to smell it. I've not really burned the yellow rose one before. I usually this is a padmini, but they are usually the hem incense. If you HEM, if you use those, a lot of them are usually true to smell. Otherwise, I don't know if you ever gone to a store. The incense smells great on the stick, but as soon as you burn it, it doesn't smell anything like what it smells like on the stick. So hem incense, HEM, are usually really true to scent. So if you're ever looking for a really good brand of really good incense, that's what you should get. And of course, Old Faithful Nag Champa usually beats everything. So if you even just want to set your space with a good old fashioned ritual, Nag Champa is always the best all the way around. It's used in the sacred temples everywhere. I could sniff that stuff right off the stick and it won't make me sick. Hey, that rhymes. All right, so let's get to it. Hello, Dreamweaver. Let's see, we got some information. So, news about information on March 2024, the full moon eclipse. And I just got to bring to people's attention. Today is uh 3/24/2024. So we got the 2024 thing going on, which is kind of cool. Now the first lunar eclipse, now magical abundance. No. Why the lunar eclipse on March 25th occurs 2 weeks before the total solar eclipse on April 8th. The next lunar eclipse of 2024 will be the penumbral lunar eclipse, March 24th, 25th. The eclipse will be visible to much of Europe, North and East Asia, North America, South America, the Arctic, and Antarctica. The moon will be full in Libra on March 25th, 2024 at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The eclipse will be visible to the naked eye as 95.57% of the moon will be immersed in Earth's penumbral shadow. Earth's shadow. Oh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see what else we got. How many lunar eclipses are there in 24? 2 lunar eclipses are in 2024. During the lunar eclipse, the moon appears to turn red while passing through the Earth's shadow. This year features 2 spectacular total eclipses. Let me just see when that is. It's always cool to mark it on your calendar when they are. I make moon water. That reminds me, I must get my water out there. I make my holy water during the eclipses and full moons because I add them to my high frequency sprays. If you want to try some of that, you contact me at the information below and let me know. Lunar eclipse 2024, when and how to see them. All right. The penumbral lunar eclipse is now the 24th through 25th. And when is the next one? All right, so let's see. Penumbral eclipse begins at 12:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it'd be 11:53 p.m. on the 24th Central Time. The maximum stage of the eclipse will occur a couple hours later at 3:12 a.m. Eastern, so that'd be 2:12 a.m. First of all, I think we're under cloud cover. We're probably not going to see it anyway, although you'd be surprised how much of the moon we do see through the clouds. And the penumbral eclipse will end at 5:32 a.m. Eastern, so 4:32 a.m. Central. The overall duration of the eclipse will be 4 hours and 39 minutes long. That is long. I don't know, when we had the solar eclipse last year, that sure went by super fast. So this is going to be a matter of 4 hours. So you're bound to catch it if you want to get up early instead of seeing it as it starts. You'll have some opportunity there. And the partial lunar eclipse will be in September 17th, 18th. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to put the dogs in the other room. Hang on. Don't make me come after you. So anyway, anytime anybody's by the door outside, we have Georgie here visiting. Sorry, he gets a little uppity. All right, so let's see. So in September, so fall is going to be just a partial. So this is going to be a pretty big one, which I really like. Okay, and we will talk more about the solar eclipse on another podcast. Lunar eclipses are among the easiest sky watching events to observe. I don't believe that we need glasses for this. Do not need a telescope or any other special equipment. However, binoculars or a small telescope will bring out details in the lunar surface. Moon watching is as interesting during an eclipse as it is any other time. If the eclipse occurs during winter, bundle up, of course, and make it fun. All right, so let me go to the next set of information. I wanted to know how it's going to affect us spiritually. So March 2024's full worm moon coincides with an eclipse bustle. Let's see. If you feel something stirring in the air, it's probably because there's a major celestial event on the horizon. And it promises to what? It promises to kickstart spring with a bang. According to astrologers, the full moon on Monday, or Sunday in this case, is particularly special. This full moon, sometimes referred to as the worm moon, will also coincide with a lunar eclipse in the zodiac sign of Libra. So to say it's extra powerful is an understatement. In astrology, the full moon always represents a time of release and surrender, and that's because it's the final phase of the month-long lunar cycle. Spiritually speaking, it can be an opportune time for reflection and clearing space to prepare for something new. And if you've been following me at all in my readings, there's been some new stuff coming. The Ides of March have been a little wicked, They're wickedly cool and wickedly bad all at the same time. You've got the little crazy dance of both going on. The full moon also metaphorically illuminates your path so that you can clearly see where you need to go. When you add a lunar eclipse into the mix, it amplifies the effects of the full moon as well as the emotions associated with it. Yeah, I wouldn't go out anywhere. People are just going to be stark raving mad. All right, it says, okay, this astrologer and spiritual counselor has said this. Here's what you need to know about the upcoming full moon on March 24th, 25th, including tips for making the most of it. Let's see if we get some good information. The moon is full only once a month, so it's a special time to mark as a special period of ending as well as an emotional release. Of course, when something is completed, we naturally feel the time has come to let go of what no longer serves us. And that is why full moons always facilitate endings and transitions. Since this full moon is also an eclipse in the sign of Libra, it will likely be what changes most. Libra is in the air sign represented by Venus, the planet of love, and it is also rules the seventh house of relationships. So when you add everything together, it means March 25th will have you thinking about your family, friends, your partner. If you're currently in the talking phase with someone, it will soon shed some light on that situation. Is it worth it? Is it not? On the night of the full moon, you might experience a breaking point or a fork in the road moment, and it could prompt an important or overdue conversation. Uh-oh, there's the other dog. Someone's at the door. This might come in the form of a we need to talk situation or text, but don't be freaked out. It might be the exact combo that you needed to have to take your relationship to the next level. So it's going to be a very emotional thing. So if there's any love issues that have been hanging in the air, things like that, this is very much going to could affect that. While the full moon impacts everyone to one degree or another, this will pack a little extra punch for the 4 cardinal zodiac signs. Thanks to the moon's location in the sky, the signs who will feel the moon's power deeply are Libra, of course, and as well as Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn. Great. I'm a Cancer. According to Girardi's, these 4 signs will experience the biggest shifts within their relationships on March 25th. To get a jump on what might happen, think about who you met or where you were 6 months ago. The lunar eclipse happens about every 6 months, so it's a period of ushering in completion and release, especially as it relates to whatever happened in the start of that cycle. If you have one of those 4 signs in your chart, you might experience issues related to balance within your relationships. So this could be your rising or moon signs, things like that. It doesn't just have to be the sign that you were born under for it to affect you. All right, Libra is represented by the scale, so you may find that you're finally ready to seek peace and equilibrium. The heightened emotions and revelations brought forth by the eclipse demand careful consideration and patience. And so don't expect to find answers from the moon right away. What's more, the full moon's energy can start kicking in a week or two before it culminates. So you may have already felt this energy. And with the eclipse happening, the energy may also stick around until the end of the 6-month cycle. In other words, whatever happens on March 25th, it sets the stage for what's to come next, especially if it relates to your romantic connections. So stay tuned. I don't think that incense likes me. If you're looking for a mystical way to celebrate the full moon, there are plenty of little rituals to perform leading up to it, which we're going to do one now. This is the perfect time to harness the power of the lunar energy for personal growth and cleansing. These practices also may help you to feel more balanced as you navigate ups and downs in your relationships. If you want to make yourself a vat of special water, sometimes spring water is good because it's natural, comes from the spring, and it has all the minerals and stuff in it. But if you want a water that's going to last you or that you can add to your product, you want it to be distilled water. So you still have time to get out there and go get some distilled water. But also, oh, I had to put this out because it's just too much. My sinuses and my smells are very sensitive. Whew, yeah, not quite hem incense. It's the padmini. Wow, hot flashing. Okay, so the oil to use for this particular full moon is rose oil, and you can also take the time to cleanse your crystals now or recharge them. So you can put them in the window, even if you have cloudy skies. This is still some intense energy. It could be utilized. I make my water tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. And I just got to remember not to forget. I always keep 1 gallon of distilled water on hand in case I forget to get there. Lately, the stores haven't had much distilled water. Very interesting. So stock up when you can. And there's only things that really keep your water fountains and stuff like that full of the mineral debris that comes from spring water or tap water. So you always want to utilize distilled water. Thank goodness I have a distiller, but it takes 4 hours to distill 1 liter of water. Craziness. All right, so I got my little moon stuff out here. What we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and show you how, for people who do not know, how to basically bless your candle. And I forgot the right word for it. Now we're going to put oil on it. The rose oil is what this calls for. So if you want to look, it's a blue candle or incense or oil of rose or geranium. So this is what the Libra moon calls for. All right. So we only need 1 little drop on our candle to anoint. That's the word. Anoint the candle. And this is real rose oil. This is some of the oil that I put in my high frequency spray because rose oil is the highest frequency. So this is one of the best. This is one of the best moons because it's calling for rose. So the purification, letting things go, bringing love into life. This is perfect oil or scent for this. It smells good. Real stuff. Put a little bit on my neck. Love it. All right. So we anointed the candle. We're going to go ahead and put it in your holder of choice. I like to use pyramids because they send out a higher frequency, more energy and knowledge. Let's make sure it's really in there. Because I always tell people you need to use tea light candles because tea lights are the ones that will burn out because you're not supposed to blow out a candle that you manifest with. This is very important to know. All right. So you can screenshot this if you're interested. Don't forget, we're going to do some cards after this as well. So let's see. Yep. Well, we could see both of them in the lens, so you can screenshot that if you can. So the full moon that occurs between March 21st and April 20th will be in Libra. This moon is good for promoting justice and fairness. So if you're doing any legal actions or anything, or even arbitrations, aiding in arbitration and conciliations, resolving breaches and enabling relationships to go smoothly, partnership or legal matters, bonds of love, helping people air their differences and find agreement, creating tact, diplomacy, and balance, and healing of the kidneys. So it sounds like there's a lot of stuff. There has been a lot of disruption in communication, people being treated unfairly or unjustly. This is the moon to help to rectify all of that. And I know right now, my precious daughter is going through some stuff that's unjust, so I will be praying for her too. Now, this is a little hint here. If you're praying for other people with your candle, you really should be praying for yourself. So you can do both, but maybe you should use 2 candles, okay? One for what you're praying for the world and other people, and one for yourself. But we were going to do this for everybody with this candle, or myself and my family and loved ones. All right, so you can light a blue candle and burn incense or oil of rose or geranium and say, Moon in Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. And then you follow this with your specific words, like how help Kayla aid in any legal situations she may find herself in, help them turn out to her benefit and her best interest and highest good, help it to bring her to her highest good and happiness along with her family and friends, things like this. All right, we're going to do that after we light the candle. Then you complete it by saying this 3 more times. So here we go. We were going to start. So if you got your candles out, again, I recommend just using the little tea lights. If you like to burn candles all night long or for a long period of time, you definitely never trust the receptacle it's in. You should always put it on like cork, a towel, something that is flame retardant. When I go to sleep, if my candle's still burning, I don't care what it's in. I've already had an incident, so as my mother, I go ahead and put my candle, the whole thing, whatever it's burning in the sink. So if it were to break, it's in a more enclosed area, contained until I can get to it and put it out myself. So, make sure it's not close to your curtains or anything like that. So you want to make sure it's in a safe place, first and foremost. Okay. All right. So here we go. We are going to, don't forget, stay tuned because we're going to be doing the cards too. All right. So we already anointed the candle. So I'm calling upon, dear Lord of love and light, Mother, Father, God, bless us here today. I call upon Libra moon and the Libra magic to come my way today. So it will help to send my manifestations out into the universe to be heard and brought into my life and into the life of those I'm also praying for. As I light this candle, I'm going to say, Moon in Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. So that's Moon in Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. With the lighting of this candle, and my guides, guardians, and angels, and the guides, guardians, and angels of my loved ones, family, and friends, I'm praying here today that you please bless us all with love, joy, and happiness. Help to bring our minds into clarity of thought, and clarity of vision to see the accuracy in all of our daily issues, daily triumphs, and daily situations, that we may make the best choice with clarity and precision, and with the love and highest good of all involved in mind. Let it in turn bring us to our highest good, prosperity, and love. I pray that you bless all the animals around the world, that they all find loving homes, and then anyone that is around them, please treat them with love and care, and help them to find whatever it is that they need so they can receive good health, nutrition, fairness, comfort, safety, and a place to live. And I pray for myself that, here we go, anything that I may find myself entangled in, let the fairness take hold, and let it come out to my best, highest good and income. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to pray for that. Highest and best good and outcome. And help us find the lawyers we need, the counselors we need, or whatever it is that I or my family and loved ones may need in their situations that will bring them to the best and highest good outcome for themselves. I'm going to have to play about income, I guess. Enabling relationships to go smoothly. And please help all my relationships and the relationships with my clients and customers and the services I provide be accurate and true and helpful as possible. And let love always reign in my life and in the life of those I love. And let's see, creating tact and diplomacy and balance and healing of the kidneys. I pray that you'd always keep my body functionally properly in the highest order possible. And if there is anything wrong, please help give me the signs to know what it is that I need to know so that I may heal it and approach it and rectify any situations, whether in my body or my personal life, business life, or what have you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So may it ever be. All right, so then we lit the candle. Now we're going to finish it. Moon and Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. It's always nice when you're staring at the moon when you do this too. Moon and Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. Moon and Libra, fair to see, bring balance, peace, and love to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So may it ever be. Amen. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to put this aside. And we're going to go ahead and pull some cards here. All right, Spirit. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Please help me pull the proper 3 cards. The best help everyone during this full moon cycle. What is it that we need to know for this full moon and upcoming month? What is it that we need to know? Help me pull 3 cards that best helps everyone in their path in life. I'm going to pull 3. Oh boy. This is kind of, whoa, going hand in hand. All right, obviously that we need that one. This is really cool. I love the cards. All right, so the first one that we have here is a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So the endings that are needed are going to come to the surface, and they could be heated words and things like that, but it could also be a lot of passion. So it could be ending relationships, it could be starting new relationships, because we have this interesting flow of endings and beginnings going on. Even this whole month of March has been topsy-turvy, the Ides of March. So we had the fiery climaxes. So don't be surprised if things go out in a bang, good or bad. This could be good or bad. So a fiery climax could be like, wow, we had this grand opening and it was so fantastic and outrageous. It was just totally amazing. Or it could be like, wow, that person really overreacted to that situation. So don't forget, emotions are going to be very high. Okay. So that's that card. Then we have conclusions are within reach. And that kind of goes hand in hand with the last one, fiery climaxes. That means the endings or the situation coming to a head. And here are the conclusions are within reach. So whatever it is that you're really hoping for, we covered this in today's podcast. You should go back and check out our weekly forecast, as it was very interesting. So conclusions are within reach. So full moon eclipse, check it out. You can't make this shit up. I didn't say that in my podcast, but I did now. All right, full moon eclipse. So right on. All right, so endings are merely new beginnings. So it could be the end of a cycle where you were just really suffering and struggling, and it will bring you endings. Always are the start of new beginnings. Is it death, decay, gestation, and rebirth, right? All right, so coming up also, there's going to be a real hopping month, I tell you. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So don't forget, in Gemini, sometimes some people show one face and the next time they show another face. So don't be surprised if you're seeing people going from one end of the spectrum to the other, because it's a very, very changeable situation that we have right now, especially with the highest emotions going on during this full moon eclipse. So the answers you need are coming. So just hang in there. Don't jump the gun if you're like, oh, the hell, I'm just going to do this because I just can't wait anymore. Well, I'd say give it another week to 2 weeks and you should have your answer. Actually, for some of you, I'm getting a date of like April 7th. So you may be getting some answers on April 7th. That's just for some of you. But of others, I feel that there's clarity of the situations that are also coming forth. So pay attention to Like, that aha moment. Like, now I know what I need to do. Oh, that person just showed their true colors of what they were really thinking or really up to. Then you will know what your next move should be. Because you realize, should I go? Should I stay? I think those questions are going to be being answered and all sorts of things. So, whoa, I hope this has been of help for you today. And this one card just slipped off the top of the deck, so I'm going to pull it as a bonus. We got be bold and make the first move. You want that new relationship some of you've been wanting to talk to? Well, life gives us many lessons, and sometimes it's learned to open mouth. You may not have been the person who would ever speak up before, but you need to try on every mask in this lifetime to come full circle. So now's the time. You want it to happen? You sitting like a wallflower is not going to make it happen. Step out, make the first move, be bold, make those changes. Talk to that boss, talk to your friend, talk to the possible future significant other. You never know what's going to come of it, but maybe it's that new business partner. You never know. Be bold. Make the first move. All right. I hope that has been of some help for you today. And happy lunar eclipse. And hopefully may all your beautiful, most loving manifestations for health, healing, prosperity, and just for your sanity may it come to be. Namaste.